And probably it is only in Catholic that all the communities of Northeast India come together. Nagas, Kukis, Meiteis, Khasi, Mizos, Arunachal, Sikkimis from Kalimpong. It's really a matter of happiness. It is only among the Catholic. Such wonderful things are taking place, whether it is in Manipur or in Delhi. It is my dream. Now I am 64. I am also realizing very late in life. All my life, I thought that IAS was the best occupation. But now I realize that the better one is the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is not only to make money, but to be a free man, free woman. That's what I would like to share with you. Friends, your education begins when you leave this room.
Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly, 44 April, Manipur. Shall we all give it a louder round of applause, please? Thank you. One more. All right, thank you so much.
Energetic modern dance was a wonderful warm-up for my short speech. The dance was really fantastic. So my compliment and thanks to all my children, boys and girls, for that fantastic dance. The guest of honor of the 32nd NECCOD Freshers Meet 2024, Mr. PM Timray, IPS, Joint Commissioner of Police, Pune, Delhi. The President of NECCOD, Mr. Bigangam, and your colleagues, rank and file, Reverend Fathers, Sisters, dear freshers, for whom this day has been set aside for you. And also I'm very happy to see my old friends today among us. I think that Lucas comes on, the Joint Secretary. Jacinta, Commissioner Income Tax, I think she has just left. And her husband Raymond. Dr. Tylee, thank you for coming. And my old friends, Thomas Ngaite, Tommy, and many others. So ladies and gentlemen, especially the dear freshers, I shall not take too much of your time. We have been sitting here for nearly 3 hours. As Father said, most of you are very famished now, so I shall not take too much of your time. This short speech of mine is dedicated to the freshers this evening. I am deeply honored by inviting me to be the chief guest on this 32nd Freshers Meet. Perhaps I am invited because I had some long association with NECCOD. Way back in 2001 to 8, when I was working in finance ministry for 5 years. Then 2 years I was working in the Ministry of Urban Development. I had long association with NECCOD. That time the service was conducted in that Vijaya Jyoti, I think, seminary. But for most of us stay in the South Delhi, it was very inconvenient to come down to North Delhi. So I think I also play a small role. The Archbishop, His Grace Vincent concerto was very kind to me, and I also put in a word that the NECCOD may be allowed to hold our weekly Sunday service in the centrally located cathedral. So he was kind enough to make us available the cathedral for NECCOD. And I'm really, happy to see NECCOD is growing from strength to strength, and seeing such a huge 800 crowd of Catholic family. It's a matter of happiness. And probably it is only in Catholic that all the communities of Northeast India come together. Nagas, Kukis, Meiteis, Khasi, Mizos, Arunachal, Sikkimis from Kalimpong. It's really a matter of happiness. It is only among the Catholic. Such wonderful things are taking place, whether it is in Manipur or in Delhi. I am also, in fact, very happy to see some of my old friends from Churachandpur, some Paite friends, whom I have not met for more than 1 year because of the adverse law and order situation, ethnic conflict obtaining in Manipur. So it's very happy occasion today, no doubt about it. To be a Catholic is a big challenge. We thought we Catholics faces the biggest challenge in India. But I was recently reading a book by William Hon'ble. In that book, it is mentioned about 100 years ago, almost the entire Catholics, the Armenian, they were completely eliminated, wiped out by the Muslim Turkeys. Some of those Armenians ran away all over the world. Some landed up even in Kolkata. The entire nation, Armenian nation, was wiped out. Just before that, about 200 years ago, the Catholics in Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, Egypt, completely wiped out by the Muslims. All the most beautiful cathedrals in the world were converted into horse stable or Muslim mosques. Such is the tragedy that Catholics have gone through. Catholics probably is one institute which has contributed the most to the humanity in terms of education, healthcare, and many other services. And the wonder of Catholic, one continent is entirely Catholic. South America is entirely Catholics. Some years ago, the Catholic population was 1,200 million, 1.2 billion. That time, Muslim population was about 700, 800 million. Today, Muslim population is 1.4 billion. And Catholics, it is stagnant, stands still at 1.2 billion. This is a perspective that I would like to give you, how the Catholic faces challenges throughout the history. Today we remember with a deep sense of gratitude the kind of social service to the humankind, education, healthcare by the Catholics, starting from the hills of Nagaland, Arunachal, Manipur, up to Delhi. This is the beauty to be a Catholic. Friends, I have a short message for the freshers. Today, you have come down to Delhi, the center of power. From the most remote area of the country, Manipur, Arunachal, Kalimpong, Meghalaya, Mizoram, you have come to the center of power. You embark a new threshold today. You cross a new threshold. You embark a new chapter in your life. You are 2,000 kilometers away from home in a very strange place like Delhi, where it used to be very, very violent when I was here working in Ministry of Finance some more than 20 years ago. Today, thanks to our friends like IPS officer, the PM Kimre, I forgot to mention another IPS officer with us, Hibu Tamang, Joint Commissioner. I'm sorry, in a hurry to complete my speech, I forgot to mention. Thank you so much, Mr. Hibu Tamang. Thank you so much, Mr. Kimre, and also Benjamin Michael, my old friend. I forgot to mention your name. Thank you so much. So, when you come to a foreign country like Delhi, I want all of you to display our Northeast national characters. What are these characters? Probably the most beautiful culture in the world. Our forefathers, they didn't have police, they didn't have jail, prison, they didn't lock up the door, because we had a very strict sense of code of conduct. Our culture, our character was respect, duty, honor, character. These are the legacy, heritage of our forefathers. You know, we have seen that wonderful bamboo dance in Mizoram. That beautiful character, national character, is called Longaina. Longaina, service to others before self, duty, respect, character, mission. These are some of the character of Longaina. When you look back in your own culture, you will find elements of this Longaina in almost every Northeast tribe in our culture. In my culture, like Tangkul, we call it Sengarui or Shingahan, Changahan. That is service to others before self. Our forefathers have taught us. We inherit the beautiful heritage, the code of conduct, ethics, honor, duty, respect, strong character. These are our character. Please display in your daily life that national character of Northeast here in the Delhi. Be ambassador of the Northeast India. This I want to share with you. You know, when I was working in Nagaland for 3 years, I found this Longaina element among the Angamis, among the Aos, among the many Naga tribes there. In our Naga character, when you go to the paddy field or to the jungle forest, you always volunteer to carry the heaviest load. You leave the lighter one to your friend, to your colleague. That is our Naga character. When we eat together, we are going to eat now dinner. A Naga man always eat the smallest piece of meat. Big meat, the most tasty part, leave it to your friends. That is our Naga character. When the Nagas went for war or war, you volunteer to take the most dangerous assignment. You go in the front. That is our Naga character. In Mizoram, they call Longaina. In Tangkul, we call Sengarui, Shingahan, Changahan. This is the phrase where each tribe has different phrases. Such beautiful heritage of our character, let us display in this violent city like Delhi. the center of power. Some years ago, when I was here, 2001, almost every day, Northeast students, got involved into trouble. There was one young, wonderful police officer, Mr. late Retd. Almost every night, 24 hours, almost, he used to rescue the Northeast people who are in trouble. I noticed firsthand the kind of, service, protection he gave. He was living here in Kingsway in a small bungalow. He often invited us for dinner. Since the house is small, we used to have dinner in the terrace. Almost every day, together with one colleague from Sikkim. That time, Northeast students in Delhi was about 40,000. By now, it must be 1 lakh. That time, whether it's in Gurgaon or in Delhi, if a Northeast girl wears a mini skirt, she is molested. If we look different, we were harassed. When I heard all these incidents, we realized that Mr. Retd had contributed human service to the entire Northeast population in Delhi. Sadly, he died young. So a few of us gathered together. We want to commemorate his service, his contribution to the Northeast people. So we decided to institute Retd Northeast Football Trophy. When I was Secretary Northeast India, Northeastern Council in Shillong, I took a decision that Retd Football Trophy will be, part of NEC program. We were the title sponsor. Because of COVID and so many other challenges, for the time being, it has not been held for a few years. So we remember with a deep sense of gratitude today, we recall wonderful officers like Retd. I also want to express my gratitude to our colleague Robin Hipu, who started that Spooner. And today, the wonderful service rendered by Mr. Robin Hipu is now taken over by our friend Hipu Tamang, IPS, and PN Krimi, IPS. So we acknowledge the kind of service you have rendered. You have gone beyond the call of duty to protect our people, the young girls in Delhi. These are a few things that I want you to remember, dear freshers, that never forget. We inherit one of the most beautiful culture perhaps in the entire world. I also want you to wear, if possible, our sarong. How beautiful those miso, ponten, tangkul kashan, that romay fanek. So beautiful, you transform into a fairy. Don't wear sari. I sound a little conservative. It doesn't suit Northeast girl sari. For practical purpose, you wear jean or the sarong kameez, but you look most beautiful, at least in my eyes, the Northeast sarong. Thank you. Now friends, most of you have come to Delhi to study. Some of you, I'm very happy to learn, you have come down to be entrepreneur. Most, heartening news. Since you have come down to study education, for your higher study you want to pursue, remember that the real education is to inspire. I remember the proverb of the Chinese. A good teacher teaches. A very good teacher explains. The best teacher inspires the students. It motivates the students. The inspiration touches the spirit of the students. That is the purpose of education. Education is also to empower you to be free. Education is also to enlighten you and to encourage you. The encouragement, the word comes from courage. And the word courage comes from French word l'amour. L'amour means the heart. So the part of education is to encourage the students to develop the ability to control your emotions. These are some of the, the objective of education, real education. Now I want to advise you, if possible. If possible, education should teach us financial education. I say this from my personal experience. Most of the education we learn today is to make you an employee. But to be an employee, you don't have the freedom. If you want freedom, you should be entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is not only to make money, but to be a free man or woman. The first introduction today of the fresher, he wants to be an entrepreneur. I am really encouraged. What we need is entrepreneurs in Northeast India today. Today, let me just share with you one experience. When I first became the director in the Department of Economic Affairs, that time I was made to look after the public sector bank, private commercial bank, about 80 banks in the country that time. The advance and the deposit was, I really now remember, about 5 lakh crore to 10 lakh crore in the country. Out of the 10 lakh crore, the share of the Northeast India was hardly 3,000 crore. In Delhi, a single family borrowed 7,000 crore. I remember that Jindal family from Hisar. They have borrowed 7,000 crore. The SR family from Surat, they borrowed 4,000 crore. There was one Rai family in Delhi. They also borrowed 4,000 crore, a single family. The entire Northeast India, including Sikkim, Arunachal, 3,000 crore. And that 3,000 crore also mostly big tea garden. Wilson Megod. They own 85 tea garden in Assam. Numalical refinery, they are PSU. The entire deposit and advance of Manipur was 300 crore. Nagaland, Mizoram, Arunachal was 250 crore, something like that. And here imagine a single family borrowing 7,000 crore. We are friends, financially illiterate. We need financial education. Most of the banks in the country, about 28, were nationalized by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1969. I left banking division in 2006. By 2006, a small regional town, Mangalore has already produced 50 plus chairmen of the banks. In the last 50 years, the entire Northeast India, we have not produced a single bank chairman. That is the perspective I want to share with you. That time, Yashwant Sinha was the finance minister. He decided to have the bank CEOs meeting in Shillong. When he come to know the entire advance deposit of Northeast India was 3,000 crore, he was shocked. He told the bank CEOs, within the next 2 years, you must advance another 3,000 crore. He gave that direction. But he was replaced very soon by Major Jaswant Singh. Major Jaswant Singh's whole emphasis was Rajasthan, He was soon replaced by P. Chidambaram. I worked under 3 finance ministers, Yashwant Sinha, Jaswant Singh, Mr. P. Chidambaram. Now what I would like to convey to you is that we are financially illiterate. We must borrow money. The government money, we cannot develop the country. The government money, it is called normal central plan assistance. That is only 10% increment every year. But the inflation also 10%. The salary also 10%. What is left to establish an iconic signature institute? There's no money. We have to borrow money from the bank. Then only Northeast India can be, developed and catch up with the rest of the mainland. That is what I feel, that education must also teach us financial education. And my the dear children, the freshers, education teach you to be a good employee. But a good employee cannot transform your nation, your society. Be entrepreneur. We may not be Ambani, Adani, but change are the entrepreneur. If you are successful in your village, in your district, you can employ 100, 200 people. A government cannot employ 200, 300 people in your district. The employment is already saturated. So I would like to encourage you to be entrepreneur. When I first joined banking division in 2001, Mr. Adani, Gautam Adani, he employed my batchmate, Sanjay Gupta, as CEO. Unfortunately, Sanjay Gupta passed away during COVID. He used to have a guest house there in near the new Motipa, and I used to go and meet my batchmate. That time, Gautam Adani turnover was about 4,000 crore. He was doing that vegetable oil. Then my friend Sanjay Gupta was asked to construct a Mundra port terminal. He developed 3 terminals. Immediately one terminal was sold to P&O, one of the biggest shipping company of England, by 150 million pounds. In fact, Mr. Gautam Adani was arrested once in the airport for bank default, loan default. He spent one night in lockup, 2001 or 2. Today, the beauty, the wonder, the magic of entrepreneurship. He is worth nearly 2 lakh crore from 4,000 crore. Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani, he is only matriculated. He was a petrol pump attendant in Aden, Egypt. He saved up some money. He came back to Mumbai. He had a wonderful idea. Nearly 500 million Indian women wear sari. Sari is made out of silk. A silk costs minimum 5,000. Who can afford? A cotton sari costs about 1,000. Who can afford? There are so many poor women in the rural area. He had a wonderful idea. I will make synthetic sari. It will cost only 40 rupees. He promised. He wanted to manufacture synthetic sari. The brand name was Vimer. But he don't have collateral. No bank wants to give money. He asked 3 years balance sheet. The collateral, he don't have building. He had 1 room flat in Mumbai, sharing with his brother's family, 2 families. One young man, probationer, was inspired by his passion. Mr. K.V. Kamat. When I was banking division, I used to meet K.V. Kamat in the meeting. Wonderful, he's a genius in financial matter. Without collateral, he took the risk and he gave loan to Dhirubhai Ambani. With that money, he manufactured synthetic sari. It cost only 40 rupees. Overnight, he has, the richest, his son, Mukesh Ambani, has become the richest man in Asia. Imagine. With a small loan from the bank probationer, K.V. Kamat. This is the magic, the beauty of the entrepreneurship. Friends, I would like to advise you that when you take up entrepreneurship, there will be mistakes. Don't be afraid of mistakes. God has designed human to make mistakes. From mistakes only we learn. Without making mistake, a child, a baby, how can he start walking? He start walking by falling down then getting up. A mistake is a sin only when we don't admit. Don't be afraid to commit mistake. You'll make mistake, trial and error period will be there, then only you can be successful entrepreneur. Don't be afraid to commit mistake, make mistake, but like a baby who tried to stand up, but he fell down, but then he got up, that is how he learned walking. Just like the baby, human beings are designed to make mistake so that we can learn from a mistake. In entrepreneurship, we'll commit lots of mistake, but you must have that passion, the commitment. Then only you can be a successful entrepreneur. It is my dream. Now I am 64. I am also realizing very late in life. All my life, I thought that IAS was the best occupation. But now I realize that the better one is the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is not only to make money, but to be a free man, free woman. That's what I would like to share with you. Friends, your education begins when you leave this room. At the end, I would like to wish you a very successful, happy sojourn. I had wanted to give you some, souvenir token of help, but your president told me you don't have keyboard. So I have decided to buy you a keyboard. I will leave some amount with the president. Thank you and good night.
We are grateful for your time and expertise, sir. It was engaging and enlightening.
Yes, thank you, Shri Muivah, for your words of wisdom, inspiring, your words regarding to history, financial advice is something that we'll keep in mind. Thank you so much.